Hi everybody, thanks very much for joining me. I appreciate it a lot. So at home we tend to take water for granted because we have an endless supply of clean and safe drinking water, don't we? In the backcountry, or even if you're traveling to a different country, it's a totally different matter. It's not possible to bring all the water that you require. There are a lot of nasty things potentially in the water you're drinking: viruses, bacteria, protozoa, heavy metals. You need a way to remove them, or as many of them as you possibly can, in the water that you're drinking. There are several ways to ensure you're drinking clean water in the backcountry. There's good old-fashioned boiling. There's chemical treatments. I'm not going to deal with those two. I'm going to deal with the third method, filtration. I have 3 different water filters that I've been using. I'll share them with you. I'll show the pros and cons of each one. I'm not going to get bogged down too much in technical details, just the practical use of each. You can decide at the end if one of these is something that you need, or if you need a water filtration system at all. So here are the 3 filters that I use. From Katadyn, first, the BeFree. This is the 1 liter version. Now Katadyn makes various size bags that will fit this filter. It's a 42 millimeter thread, not very common. There's only one other company that makes bags that will fit this filter. Sawyer Squeeze is much more common. When you buy the kit, you get various bags. This is a 64 ounce bag. Now the Squeeze filter will fit many other systems. It also fits many water bottles that you can buy in convenience stores, so it's a pretty convenient kit to own. The third is the Grayl Geopress. No bags to buy or add to. It's a standalone unit. Very interesting filter. Let's look at each one individually now. So here's the Sawyer Squeeze, pretty light and compact as you can see, and pretty inexpensive to buy actually. It uses a hollow fiber membrane technology. Using that technology, it will reduce 99.9999% of all bacteria, 99.9999% of all protozoa. So your Giardia, Cryptosporidium, those things that can make you very sick, this filter will look after that. It lasts for about 100,000 gallons, believe it or not. That's insane. You will have to clean it periodically. I'll demonstrate that in a moment. But in use, it's very easy. Just fill up your dirty bag of water, screw the filter on top. Has a pull top on it, and start to squeeze. Water flow is okay. It's not the fastest filter out there. I tend to use it in a gravity mode, which I'll demonstrate in a moment. Now you can drink right out of the end of this, or you can fill up a drinking vessel like I just did here. A lot of people complain that the bags that Sawyer supplies are difficult to fill, and they are. That's a downside. But it makes your water really safe to drink. Here's the Sawyer Squeeze in gravity mode with a couple of fittings and a piece of silicone tubing. You now have a gravity filter. It's kind of nice to be able to go about doing camp tasks while gravity is filtering your water for you. So you do need to clean this filter periodically. How often depends on how dirty the water is that you're filtering actually. If it's really dirty, you'll have to do it more often. Now I tend to clean it after every couple uses just to stay ahead of it. The way you do it is with this syringe here that Sawyer provides. You put clean water in the syringe. Now as you're filtering, the dirty water comes through this way, clean water comes out this end. When you're back flushing, you do the opposite. Put your clean water in this side, that gets all the sediment out of the end of the filter. Alright, the Katadyn BeFree. Very simple to use, very simple to fill up this bladder actually. Just remove the filter, dip it in the lake a few times, it'll fill up really quickly. Screw the filter back on, give it a shake to kind of clean the filter a little bit, and you're good to go. Hollow core membrane technology once again, so 99.9999% of protozoa and bacteria will be removed with this filter. Cryptosporidium once again, Giardia, this will make your water very safe to drink. It's only good for about 1,000 liters. All right, not as much as the Sawyer. There's no back flushing required with this one. You just give it a shake to kind of clean out the filter a little bit. Alternately, you can remove the filter, swish it around in clean water, and you should be good to go. Now, when the flow rate becomes extremely slow, unacceptable, it's probably time to buy a new filter. I tend to use this one just like this. Super convenient, especially if you're in a canoe. Just dip and go. The more convenient a filtration system is, the more likely you're going to use it, the less likely you're going to become dehydrated. Here's the Grayl Geopress. That's a capacity of about 0.71 liters. It's very durable. It has a life cycle of about 300 filter cycles, and it uses a different type of technology than the other two filters. An ion exchange ultra powdered activated carbon. What that is, I don't know, but it seems to be very effective, because not only does it remove bacteria and protozoa like the other two filters, it also removes 99.99% of viruses. It also removes chemicals such as pesticides, heavy metals, odors and tastes, etc. This one seems to be the complete package. Operation on this one is simple as well. Just remove the filter from the reservoir. Here's the filter right here. You fill this part with water up to this mark. Force the filter through the water. The clean water gets filtered and placed in this reservoir, then it's ready to drink. Before you force the filter through the dirty water, make sure this arrow on the lid is pointing to this green dot to relieve some of the pressure as you're forcing the filter through the water. Once you have the dirty reservoir filled with water to be filtered, you just force the filter through the water. This takes a little bit of force. That's kind of a downside. But operation couldn't really be simpler. Pros and cons for each filter as I see it, starting with the Grayl. Pros, this can filter out viruses, heavy metal, pesticides, things like that. The other two filters couldn't do that. That's a big pro for me as far as the Grayl goes. It's really easy to use. It's also extremely durable. They're all pros. Now on the downside, it's a little bit heavy, maybe not so suitable for backcountry travel. That's up to you. It's a little bit hard to force the cartridge through the water. Most people could do it, but it's something to think about. The life cycle of only 300 is a little short for me, but I think with the new technology and the benefits that it gave me, it was still worth purchasing at about $100 Canadian. That's another con. It's a little bit pricey. I'm still happy with the purchase though. So next, the Katadyn BeFree. The pros, well, it's extremely easy to use. I like that. It's easy to fill up the water bottle as well, which means you're more likely to use it, less likely to get dehydrated. That's a really good thing. It's lightweight. The filter is really easy to clean. I find the price point pretty acceptable, and even the life cycle of 1,000 liters pretty acceptable to me for the price. Now the cons, there's not too many really. I really don't like this soft bottle. When it's about half full, it gets a little bit floppy, makes it hard to stick it in a side pocket of a backpack. And I do wish it would filter out heavy metals and viruses, but it doesn't. So that's the only cons I can say, and I'm still happy with the purchase. It'll keep your water pretty safe in the backcountry. Now the Sawyer Squeeze. First for the pros, price. This is the least expensive of the three that I showed you. The price is great on this. It's very easy to use. It's lightweight. That's a really good thing. The lifespan of this filter is phenomenal. 100,000 gallons. I mean, if you look after this properly, back flush it properly, keep it clean, you're more likely to lose this filter or run it over with a truck before you're actually going to wear out the filter. So the lifespan of this is a really, really big plus for me. Now the cons, you know, the bags supplied aren't really great. They're not really user friendly. They're kind of hard to fill up. But, you know, even having said that, I haven't felt the need to upgrade to aftermarket bags. So it's not really a big deal to me. And once again, it would be nice if viruses and heavy metals were handled by this, but they aren't. And it'll look after most things that you're really going to have to deal with in the backcountry. Couldn't go wrong with any of the 3 filters that I showed you today, in my opinion. Thanks for watching. I hope you found the video informative and helpful, especially if you're looking for a water filtration system for yourself. If you're already using something, let me know in the comment down below. What are you using? Are you happy with it? If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. If you are a subscriber, please like the video, give me the thumbs up. It helps the channel out immensely. So we'll see you soon on the next video. In the meantime, take care and stay hydrated, my friends.